Walt Whitman. So now we're going to write a whole bunch of these notes, these pieces of evidence that add up to this thesis. The Walt Whitman drum taps, first O songs for a prelude, acknowledges the atrocities of war. It is through the speaker's use of alliteration, line breaks, personification, and word choice that illustrates the poem's overwhelming emphasis on war's inherent ability to bring people together collectively to fight and work toward a common goal, toward a common and largely altruistic goal. So we might delete largely altruistic, depends on what evidence we decide to choose. So she gave the cue personification. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's super strong evidence. So let's check out. I guess she gave the cue to fight. Lithe limbs. Oh, strongest you in the hour of danger, or truer than steel. And that's sort of like personification. It's more metaphor. Threw off the costumes of peace. So let's not worry about like the parts of, not the parts of speech, literary terms, the literary sort of elements that we're using, the literary devices that we're using. So threw off the costumes of peace. Peace is fake, and not the real nature of Manhattan or Manhattan. So this is New York City, 1861. Civil War. You led to the war that shall serve for our prelude. How you led to the war that shall serve for our prelude. Songs of Soldiers. And then there's the break. Manhattan. Drum taps led. "40 years as a pageant." Sleepless. Incense struck with clenched hand the pavement. And then with her million trolling around her, poured out its myriads. From the houses, workshops, doorways, leapt. Arming. So all right, the young men, the mechanics, arming. All these guys are arming. and then all leaving. Since they all leave together, is that word is on its line? That's a line break. And that was one of the main ones that I wanted to use, the main pieces of evidence. Even boys, the old men. Intergenerational. Let's see. How I love them, how I could hug them. We could say that, but I don't really want to bring the speaker in because I'm just thinking about, and a lot of this is just practice. I'm just thinking about how long the paper is going to be. I don't really want to bring in the speaker that much. I want to focus just strictly on Manhattan and the people of Manhattan and talk about the speaker celebrating. I mean, I guess I could just put it how I love them. Actually, I'm not going to do it. I think it might muddy the waters. The flags, tearful parting. Yeah, unpent enthusiasm. Oh, cheers. Cannons, bright as gold. Soon remembered. Begin the red business. Clinical description of the horrors of war. Determined arming. Also, from a reader's perspective, someone that's reading the essay, it's gonna be even easier for them, right? Because they're literally reading this short poem and they're going through the poem if they want to be going through it as we're going through the essay. So I think chronological order based on the source material, I think, if it can be pulled off, that's generally the best. Generally, it's just the easiest in multiple ways in terms of transition sentences and the reader following along, etc. No mere parade now. An armed race is advancing. Welcome for battle, no turning away. There's a lot here. Obviously, there's a lot. War. Work for giants. Remember them. So Manhattan being the ship, and then Manhattan being the city, I believe. And then often, but we'll double check. I mean, we'll poke around and see if Manhattan is the ship, or if he's talking about Manhattan. More pensive, more amid children. Now smile with joy. So now joy, you know, city is in joy. Now that at war, and people teaming up for the war effort. War is city's natural, non-fake, and we're going to obviously use more poetic language, more formal language, but we're just dumping all this stuff out right now. Natural, non-fake existence. Peace is fake, and speaker, as speaker says. Okay. All right. So there's a lot here, and that's the end of the poem. So yeah, there's a lot here. We're gonna figure out which lines we're gonna keep, which lines we're gonna cut off. And this also goes back to alliteration, line breaks, personification, and word choice. And we can change this, obviously, depending on what words we use. But yeah, this is a good start. And we will pick the lines that we're going to use in the next video. Thank you very much.